Hello everybody, it's Emery48 here and welcome back to another video. Today we are going into the NCAA Men's Ice Hockey Division I Tournament. Last week we did March Madness for mascots. This week we are doing the hockey tournament for mascots. We start off with Boston College versus Bentley. It is the Eagles versus the Falcons. And this is a close one. I mean, it's both birds. They're both fightable. The picture of the actual birds doesn't really help me much, so we go back to the actual mascot picture, and realistically, Boston College looks ready for a fight, and Bentley looks ready for a party, so we're going Boston College. We move on to Denver versus Providence, which is a Pioneer versus a Friar. Realistically, neither are fighters, but Friars are most likely pacifists, whereas Pioneers are survivalists, and I think the Pioneers would indulge in a fight if needed, whereas a Friar would not, moving the Pioneers forward. Not to mention the Providence Friar mascot being the ugliest thing out there in college mascots, and I just don't want to see it again in this video. Minnesota State, Western Michigan, Bull versus a Bronco, and a Bull is just winning that fight. It just is. UMass, Minnesota, Minuteman and a Gopher. A dude with a gun will shoot a Gopher for fun. So UMass moves forward. Ohio State, Boston University, a Buckeye versus a Terrier. That is what I found when I looked up a Buckeye. That looks like a little snack for the Terrier. BU moves on. Cornell, Michigan State. Don't know why they have a bear, because their name is the Big Red. And bear's not original, so we're making the Spartan pass the color red. Quinnipiac, Yukon, a Bobcat and a Husky. Frankly, the Husky's just bigger in size and is just going to win that fight. We've got the Penn State Nittany Lions and the Maine Black Bears. This, to me, could be a final, but it's coming in the first round, and Maine is going to win that with the Bear, moving them into the top 8. And here is that top 8. Boston College versus Denver, an Eagle versus a Pioneer. I mean, we got to eat something, right? So they're hunting birds. Pioneer wins this. Minnesota State versus UMass. A Bull versus a Minuteman. Now a guy with a gun you'd think would have an upper hand on a Bull, but it is just a musket. I don't think that's enough to take down a Bull. Minnesota State moves on. BU, Michigan State. A Terrier versus Spartan. And man, that spear is going straight through that little dog. Yukon versus Maine. A Husky versus a Black Bear. This one very, very easily goes to the Black Bear, finishing off our final 4. And here is that Frozen 4 bracket. We start with Denver versus Minnesota State, a Pioneer, and a Bull. As much as the Pioneers have gotten through this tournament by hunting for food, I don't think they're getting through it with a Bull, moving Minnesota State into the final. Michigan State and Maine, a Spartan and a Bear. That shield is just not going to stop a bear, putting Maine into the final against Minnesota State. So let's dive into that final. Minnesota State versus Maine, a Bull and a Black Bear. And the Bear just has the lethality. I think it's going to be a brutal fight with the Bull, but I mean, the Bear is just going to win it. It's crazy that in March Madness we had a Thunderbird, a mythical beast, win. And in the Frozen 4 we have a Bear. A lot less teams in this tournament, though, but we put the Bear and Maine as the winner for mascots, which is also who I chose to win the tournament, and that's clearly not going to happen. But they do win the mascot fight. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, where I screwed up in these battles or not. Let me know if there is any other tournaments you want to see me do this kind of video for. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.